It's Super Squad D Stream Break! Every day this week, we're gonna have fresh new streams delivered to you. Retro gaming, Fortnite, discussions, whatever you can imagine. Okay, well, maybe not whatever you can imagine. But either way, join us every day for SSD Stream Break. Alright, there we are. Not really sure why the countdown video went up there. I meant to do something else, and interns messed it up. Joseph Craven here, Super Squad D Stream Break. We're about to dive into some Nintendo 64, just anything and everything. I mean, I got a stack of games. And we're just going to sit around this afternoon, play through some of this stuff. A lot of these games I have either not played in 20 years maybe. A lot of them I have not ever touched. And these cartridges are like secondhand out of a store. And we need to see what is going on with these here cartridges. So, you notice, as always, any sort of latency, audio mistakes, anything like that, just holler. Just holler at me. Thanks for joining here on Super Squad D Stream Break. If you've missed it, we've done some Fortnite streams the past couple of nights. The middle of the week already, middle of Stream Break. Hard to believe that we're getting closer and closer to the tail end of things. We've done some Fortnite. We've done some Nintendo 64 already, and I'm about to hit you with some of the real gems of the Nintendo 64 as a system. But first of all, before we go anywhere else, I'm going to hit you with one of the worst Nintendo 64 games. Just bar none. One of the worst. This is a very special game, near and dear to my heart. And hi, Tyler. Good to see you. Only person talking in the chat right now. I know there's more of you out there. Hit me up. Hit me up in the chat, bruh. Oh, Wild Scott has appeared right as I said something. I love it. All right, this is footage from Nagano Winter Olympics 98. One of the worst, just absolute worst games that ever came out for the Nintendo 64. I can't really describe to you everything that went wrong in this. As you can tell, even by Nintendo 1996, 1998, well, Winter Olympics 98 standards, this game looked horrible. Like, the graphics are just bad on this thing. So why in the world do I own a copy of Nagano Winter Olympics 98? Well, it's because this game has one thing in it. Well, it's got two things. It's got curling, first and foremost. This is the first video game I can think of that included curling as like a game that you could play in it. So if anyone's really into curling, this is the game for you. If you're not really into that, then why are you even here? Because this is a curling thing. Unlikely nerd popping in. Stream break, and stuff. Alright. The main reason I pull this up is because Nagano Winter Olympics 1998, for being a terrible game, had one of the strangest... A note does not exist. Press the start button to start the game. Huh. It's kind of a confusing screen. It had one of the strangest little features in it that I'll never understand why they put this in the game. And no, I'm not talking about curling. I will always understand why curling is in this game. Let me show you something. We're going to go to, one player. Weird little mascots, the 98 Winter Olympics. All right, alpine skiing. We want to find, there's curling, the luge, bobsleigh. This game is so clunky. It looks bad. It doesn't move very well. The controls were just clunky in it. Everything about this was not Konami's greatest work. I'm going to go ahead and throw that out there. It's like they were so excited that the Winter Olympics were in Japan that they just kind of cranked out whatever they could very quickly. Alright, so you're going to go to the Freestyle Aerials event, and country select. Yeah, trying to make sure I was familiar. Alright, there's my name first. this, I haven't ever found any footage of this on YouTube, which is why I wanted to go ahead and throw this out there. And get this out onto YouTube. Never had any footage of this in terms of why it's here. Alright, so alpine skiing was this like jump thing. You jumped, you did it, you're supposed to do some sort of trick. I don't know what FTT is, but you're supposed to hit FTT to do this trick. All this sort of stuff. This is just strange. I'm gonna select this. Alright, that's my, I don't know how to do any of this. Power and landing. Alright, here we go. Here we go. I don't know why this is in the game, but this is one of my favorite things in all of games, and I really am glad to be the first one, as far as I can tell, to actually put this onto YouTube. Here we go.
Ready? Go!
So you do nothing. You do nothing. You do nothing. As soon as he jumps, you start rapidly hitting B until he lands, and
the score of the first attempt was 0.00 point.
that's it. They felt the need to put this in the game as something you can do and score 0 points. Complete with this like slight "oh" from the guy when he lands. And that's it. He just skis on his head. Skis on his head. There you go. So, I just wanted to include this because I felt like we needed this. We needed this in our lives. That's... what gets me is that it happens, and then the crowd even cheers when he reaches the end. So, that is the only reason I ever had Nagano Winter Olympics. I read about that. I mean, it's not a glitch, because clearly it's programmed to be something that you can do, because the animation is in there for him to go, ah, and fall forward and ski down the rest of the mountain on his head. But that's one of the strangest things I've ever seen in a totally serious game. So if you guys ever want to snag a really terrible game, there it is. Nagano Winter Olympics 98. All right, we've got a lot of requests that I play a little bit of Quest 64. Quest 64, and I'm going to see if I can get it to turn on successfully or not, because, you know, we're dealing with 22-year-old, you know, system and game, so sometimes you got to get that connection just right to get the whole thing to work. But Quest 64, kind of a bit of a cult classic of a game, all in all. Produced by THQ as a Nintendo 64 RPG. I'm still not getting it to pop up, which is a shame. Released in 1998. It had pretty decent success. And I remember it being very highly hyped. Here we go. Got it going now. Remember it being very highly hyped up when it was coming out, because it was supposed to be, you know, a big time. Wow, listen to that music. That's good. A big time, like, kind of fairly open world 3D RPG, like adventure RPG type thing, which is really cool. Here's the thing. All I know about it is that it's supposed to be very difficult, and that I've never played it. So let's just see. Alright, great. It uses the controller pack. I've never used it on my controller pack. So, I've never played this game. We're just going to jump in and see what this game's all about. Quest 64. This is like an exploration. Wow. It's going to make that noise. How loud is that? Do I need to turn up the game audio? Let me know, because that was incredibly loud. Text scrolling. Brian. Ellipses. Say his last name is his last name Ellipses. You still say you must go after your father. No matter how wonderful your powers may be, you're still a child. Oh, that's a name. Bartholomew. Not Bartholomew, Bartholomew. Stolen a tale book and has been missing for a month. No wonder you're worried about him. Contained in the words of the book is a power that exceeds human knowledge. I wonder who could have possibly stolen it from the crypt of the monastery. If an evil person should use it, the country and all its cities will be destroyed. The spirit's blessings will disappear, and Keltland will again be visited by a day of grief. Bold move from this game that I've never played before to just go ahead and jump into explaining the backstory with no cinema scenes or anything, just an old dude talking to a child and what looks like an early predecessor of the Temple of Time. I'm on board. I'm on board with it. Tyler's saying he thinks the game is pretty solid. Have you played it before, Tyler, or are you just saying you just think it might be pretty solid? Let's see. A little history of this game. It was first previewed at Space World in '97. The 90s, man. Under a working title of L-Tale. The North American and PAL releases of the game were considered too short and easy. Imagineer added new events and tightened some of the repetitive gameplay for the game's Japanese localization. And that's always interesting because it's not often that you see too many RPGs be like made in America and localized for Japan. It seems like Japan really has cornered the market in the RPGs. What is this? I press A and he does some sort of butt bump. Oh, the audio. Solid. Okay. Including the... Alright. What am I supposed to do? Okay, if I press any of the C buttons, pulls up a menu. That's good. R seems to be items. Z is another butt bump. There's a door. So he doesn't really walk down the stairs so much as he just casually falls down them. Has anyone played this game? Because I asked some people in some video game... God, this is disorienting. Is that the same door? Is that a different door? Okay, it must have been a different door. This is fairly disorienting game. I have no camera controls. Okay, I'm in some sort of library. That's good. Can I sit here? No. Can I talk to this dude? You see a sign. When you see it, press the Z button. Mark of 4 spirits will appear. Oh, okay. Fire spirit's up, water spirit is down, earth spirit is left, and the wind spirit is right. Okay, so, like, how to play the game is literally explained to you by this one random character that you could very easily never see and walk by if you just walk up to that door. How tall is this monastery? God, Lee, this is a terrible camera. Is that a door? That's a door? Check and make sure there's no more tutorials around here. You know, Scott, I want to say I might have rented this maybe very briefly. When I was younger, but I don't remember actually playing it much at all. Sorry, I got an important message. What's this thing? Some altars. Can't go over there. Do I just leave? Do I gotta talk to this guy and leave? Yeah, I want to say I might have rented it and was too young to understand what was happening. Oh gosh. This guy's just like, get out of here. Larapool. Alright. That's good. Wait a second. Oh! I figured out the camera controls. You hold down B to move the camera around. And it follows behind your character. So B will center the camera behind Brian with his wisp of hair and these trees that are clearly taken straight out of Princess Peach's courtyard. Does the world just disappear over here? What did I do? What did I do wrong? Not off to a great start with Old Quest 64 here. I'm kind of just super lost. Okay. As if going down a million flights of stairs wasn't enough. Do we get to see how huge this monastery was, or does it just look like a tiny building? Okay, it's pretty big. All right, fair enough. I'll excuse it. So the monastery is 1,000,000 stories tall, at the top of a mountain, and we just trust some tiny child. I mean, this is an infant named Brian. This music kind of reminds me of some of the like open world areas music of like Final Fantasy VII or something, like an attempt at that. Oh, look at this lovely little quaint village. This is nice. I hope somebody in this village can tell me what I'm supposed to be doing in this game. Hey, here's some children my age. Oh gosh. Is that a nose, or is that his chin, and he's just horribly misshapen either way? Alright, so there's monsters out here. These kids with their strange balloon heads. When you grow up, I'm very clearly your age. Hey you, do you know how to play this game? Why do you just know my name? Why does everyone know who Brian is? Does everyone just go up the mountain to the monastery in their free time? Octagonal areas surrounding you. I really appreciate the fact that they didn't bother trying to even put up a fourth wall to break down in this game. Like, they could have very easily said, hey, you know, oh yes, there's some sort of mysterious fighting area and you cannot leave this fighting area. No, they just go ahead and say, hey, there's going to be an octagon that, that's where you fight in, and you're going to want to use the C buttons and stuff. What? You will have the, oh, option to escape the fight. Okay. Thanks, pal. What, sheep? Ba. Ah, 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 ah. Ba. Ah, 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 ah. Yeah. I want your cray-cray. Stream break! So now the important question, is this entertaining? I cannot tell. I really need to find, whatever. I need to find some enemies, but apparently first I need to find some spirits to power up my spells. Hopefully that's pretty obvious where they are. We're just gonna try to go to the woods, I guess. Maybe they're out here. Are we in the woods yet? Doesn't look like it. Ah! Huh. Okay. Okay, oh, so I can move. And then I can press a button and then shoot something at somebody. A werehair. This is a really impressive monster. We're gonna rock this guy. Did I do anything? I didn't do anything. We need to move back to rock this guy. Yeah, take it. Oh, 7 damage to the werehair. Let's see what the water pillar does. So that's like immediately in front of me. Okay. So if I go up here next to this guy. Nice. Wipe them out. Then if I get real up close, I just press A and I can smack him with a stick. Okay. This is interesting combat. I'm not gonna say this is necessarily great combat. Looks like my MP refills a little bit if I go and hit people with a stick. So, how does fireball? Miss! Solid miss by little Brian. Miss again. I like what Brian's working with here. Does it benefit me to move around this werehair? Doesn't really seem like it does. But it's not going to stop me. Okay. So that's combat and quest. Now we know. Oh gosh, what is this monstrosity? This is terrifying. So you kind of have to like aim just wherever you're looking is where you end up hitting enemies when you cast magic. It's not exactly the most accurate system in the world. Okay, that guy went too difficult. Oh. Huh. I'm gonna put this in water because it's the one that I know how to use the most. No, it doesn't really look like you can tell the HP in this one at all. They're just kind of there, and you hit them a few times until they die. And conflict seems to always just happen very suddenly. You're just casually walking, and boom, there's a werehair. Thanks for showing up on cue there, werehair. How far is the range on this wind cutter? Pretty good, but... Okay, so wind cutter seems to have long range, because that seems to be what they're doing. Fireball... It's kind of right in front of me. Rock is medium range. And water is right next to me. So that's good. Let's see what we got. Water pillar level 1. Come on. See? Just not really... It's kind of a... I'll be honest with you. It's kind of a phallic water pillar. So I guess maybe if I just defeat enemies enough, then I just get skills. I really need to heal. What happened? Where'd my attack go? Wow. I'm just gonna get a full-on brawl with this kid. Okay, I'm hurting. I really need some heals. What does this mean? Maybe that's the tick 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 noise. I don't care about that. Whoops. Oh, there's a map. Okay. All right, this is pretty good. Oh, good. Another werehair. Should I just try to escape this battle? Because I'm hurting, y'all. Where was I going? Was I going north? No, I was supposed to go south. Right? Yeah, I need to go south. What is this monstrosity? This is terrifying. Yeah, I'm gonna escape. Thanks. Oh, God! Incredibly confusing camera angles here. Wind cutter. Nice rock. Oh, okay. So apparently I'm supposed to move around and try to dodge. Nope, didn't dodge that one. Wow! Is there... Is there any sort of healing spell? I could use it. I'm just gonna keep putting this into water for now. Okay. Parasol. Ugh. Run, run. Bumper shot. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die here. Is there a building to the left? To the right of me? Alright, let's see what this is. Maybe they can help me. If these people can heal me, I'm gonna be very excited. What's up? Is that one of the Donkey Kong characters? As soon as it is insane there. The end of the longest road. Okay, thanks. Can you do anything about the fact that I'm dying in front of you and I'm just a small child? Or is that just kind of not your thing? Because that's fine too. Oh, there's one of those little spirits. Oh, nice. I'm gonna keep putting this in water and hoping that maybe at some point... Yeah! Look at that. Water pillar level 2. Still dying. Maybe I should have purchased some sort of healing something at that town back there. Oh well. Perhaps this other blue hut up here will have something for me. What is this monstrosity? Can I escape? Okay, thanks. Oh, it's just like a little tiny baby hippo. That's really handy that part of this battle octagon is that far away. That monster's called a big mouth. Oh gosh, okay, so maybe if you keep escaping from battle, maybe it just makes you keep fighting. Like you can't escape that much. Or else more enemies appear. Hellhound! Oh, he caught me off guard. Thankfully, he missed. This hellhound is gonna kill me. I have 1 HP. This is not going well. Perhaps this house can heal me. Excuse me, creepy no-face woman. Oh, you're a man. Whoops. Okay, so I noticed you got like 2 beds. Is this something where I can sleep in one of these? Like, I feel like I should have Googled this. I'm trying to Google it on my phone to see what it is I'm even supposed to do to heal myself. this poor kid. He's struggling. It appears that the best thing for Brian to do is put stuff into water, because Brian can didn't learn a healing spell. There's enough points in the water skills. That's what I'm finding here. I'm not feeling too confident in my chances of even surviving past this first area. But we're going to keep rolling along and see what we can find. Look at this big mouth just creeping back there. Such a happy little journey towards death and destruction Brian is on. Ah. Is that just a... Oh, that's just a pile of skulls and stuff. Yep. Oh my gosh. What a disaster. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this game right now. Okay. It appears I'm back at the monastery. Okay. So I died and I went back to the monastery. And now I have to go back down a million stairs. That's fine. Maybe somebody can explain to me how to heal once I'm down there. Sell me some healing potions or something, bro. Hey, bro. I know you taught me combat. Okay. Yeah, I get it. Alright, that's fine. Thanks. I mean, I'm clearly over here panting and about to die, but you just keep doing your thing. Just keep doing your thing. Alright. Hey, what's up? So from what I just found on research here, the best thing I should do is to focus on... Look for a fairy fountain. Man, I wish. That just makes sense to me. Apparently what I should do is focus on trying to gain enough spirits to level up 2 of my magic trees, but not try to go for all 4, because apparently the game is designed where Brian cannot master all 4 of the magic trees in one playthrough. Look at this poor dude just dying over here. Alright, one of these buildings has to be a shop. I got impatient earlier, I'll admit that. Yeah, I need to look for a fairy fountain. Maybe this old guy knows what's up. Okay. Okay. That's great. There's nobody here. Nobody here. No fairy fountains to be found. Oh, there's a sign over this place. That's clearly where I should have been. I'll give you some white wings. They'll bring you back to Melraid anytime. Okay. So now I've got the ability to travel somewhere. I guess I should ask that guy if he had anything else, like, for sale or something. Not my smartest move to just leave. Nope, that's it? Okay. So now I know how to get back to a town. That's great. just a house. House hanging up there. Apparently I can stay here for free. Oh, that's how you save. Okay. There we go. 2 days. What's up, Shannon? Who's this Shannon? Looks like Sheik from Zelda. Just walks into people's houses looking for potions. Still, what else am I supposed to do? They've clearly not explained any of this to me. Alright, so apparently what I'm supposed to do, from what I'm gathering here, is I'm supposed to just walk this path and get stronger and continually fail and warp back. Yeah, and just kind of warp back to the town and heal. And that's it. That's the entire point of the game. Alright. I'm going to make sure I'm looking at this rabbit thing. I'm going to do water pillar number 2. Hit me with it. Nice. Instant kill on that rabbit. And only used a little bit. Only used like 2 MP. Okay. Alright. Alright, I'm figuring it out a little bit. It's nighttime now. I wonder if that makes a difference in the way the game plays out. Like scarier monsters or something. So apparently your skills depend entirely on like how many times you hit the C button. So if you hit the C button a bunch of times, you cast a more powerful spell and everything. Ah, yeah. Give me that. Looks like I got water pillar. That's good. Still going strong over here. That move sucks, but it's long range, so. Ah! Water pillar 2. This thing is awesome. Just gonna keep doing this the whole time. Oh well. Another battle. Maybe the real challenge of this game was trying not to like die of boredom while traveling on the roads. That's the real quest. Oh, alright, he got water pillar. But does he have a big stick? Oh, he's got a big mouth. So water, clearly not all that effective against the big mouth. We know this now. From what I read, this game was a pretty moderate success, at least. Enough that there was, serious talk of a sequel. I'm not sure how. Did he just miss? God, this is almost impossible to hit this guy because I can't see him. Oh, good. How do you miss somebody whose entire existence is based around how large their mouth is? So big mouths are tough. They are hard to kill. Not a fan of fighting those anymore. Whoa, here she comes! Did you guys get it? The name of the enemy is Man-Eater. So, that was the joke. I'm not gonna act like it was a good joke. Just saying it was the joke. Wow. Miss. No. What if the entire quest is just the quest to learn one healing spell? Dewdrop attained. What does that do, though? Alright. 10 MP recovery. That's pretty good. Looking at the time, I'm going to have to take a quick break and put up a video for you guys to watch while I make a phone call. I don't really want to try to fight these guys. They're scary to me. Oh my gosh. They're still here. They brought a friend. I mean, geez, that's a lot of damage. According to the map, I should be going to the castle. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to try to get to the castle. I'll be right back, though, because I'm going to leave you with a quick video about one of my favorite Nintendo 64 games of all time that we put up on the channel before a while ago, but you should watch again anyway, just because you can. So I hope it's the right size. We're going to find out. Oops, hitting the wrong buttons.
Here's a question. Do you like...
It's not the right size. I'm going to resize that real quick. Really should have gone ahead and, now that I realize this, should have gone ahead and tested all these extra videos before I tried to show them to you on the stream. But I'm fixing that now. Here we go. Enjoy this video. I'll be back in just a few minutes.
Here's a question. Do you like ninjas? Specifically, mystical ninjas? We're here to step back in time once again for our vintage video game video series. This time looking at Mystical Ninja, starring Goemon. The 90s were a great decade for Konami. They were blasting some home run hits with their series Castlevania, Metal Gear Solid, arcade hits like the X-Men arcade game, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade game, and even bringing in an entirely new dynamic to video games in the late 90s with Dance Dance Revolution. Now, lost in all that Konami success, at least to those of us here in the United States, was the Ganbare Goemon series, which translated means, "Go on, Goemon." No, that's not right. Well, how am I supposed to know that? I don't speak Japanese. Oh, so it's in the subtitles of the intro video. Okay, well, yeah, you tell me that now. No, I didn't read that. No, I don't know how to read. I'm illiterate. Only 4 Goemon games were released in the United States. 2 Game Boy games, 1 Super Nintendo, and of course the Nintendo 64's Mystical Ninja starring Goemon. The game was beautiful, fun to play, super weird, and featured a selection of full musical numbers for no reason whatsoever. It was wonderful. In fact, we've got the time. Let's go ahead and just watch the entire intro. You'll thank me for it. Mystical Ninja was a 3D platformer, for some reason billed as an action RPG, even though there were really no RPG elements to it at all. It was set in feudal Japan and followed the adventures of a spiky-haired ninja named Goemon, based on an actual historical figure named Ishikawa Goemon. Ishikawa Goemon was a Robin Hood type noble thief character. He robbed from the rich and gave to the poor, and at the end of the story was boiled alive for his crimes. In the video game, Goemon traveled with 3 friends. The fat perverted best friend, the talented female ninja who has the only proportionally sized head in the game, and a robot ninja, of course. In the game, they set off to defeat a group known as the Peach Mountain Shoguns, who aim to turn the entire island of Japan into a giant stage where they can demonstrate their musical and dancing abilities. Yeah, that's right, you heard me. That's the plot of the game. In fact, their leader is named Spring Breeze Dancing, and that's all he wants to do, baby. Dance, dance, dance. The game was a beautiful open-world 3D platformer, and graphically speaking was really impressive, with a built-in memory running at about twice the size as Super Mario 64, but you're not listening to that anymore. You're still thinking about Spring Breeze Dancing and the fact that the entire plot of the game is trying to stop Peach Mountain Shoguns from turning Japan into a stage for a talent show. That's it! See, Mystical Ninja is important in the world of Nintendo 64 because it's so weird. While Konami had focused on making some really solid North American titles in the 90s, this was a title that stood out because they just kind of made what they felt like making. It's purely and unashamedly Japanese. They didn't really try to cater at all to the North American market. Dialogue from NPCs was often, honestly, kind of poorly translated, and there were pop culture references all about, a lot of which were very Japanese and were missed by the entire North American audience. A lot of the imagery and the jokes that went on were very surreal, with enemies that looked like items of food, and Goemon enlisting the help of a giant robot named Impact, who by the way happened to look exactly like Goemon. Keep in mind this is feudal Japan, so robots aren't even supposed to be around, but that's one of the beauties of the game, is that they're constantly putting things in that are not supposed to fit in that time period. The whole game was basically an acid trip, and I mean, I played it as a little kid. I didn't even know what an acid trip was, but I knew I was on one. And that's really the beauty of this game. It had the right blend of not taking itself too seriously and not caring whether or not anyone who played the game appreciated that fact. There was no identity crisis here. It knew exactly what it was as a game, and you either loved it or you didn't. Because of this, the game's full of little things like laugh tracks or weird sound effects that play when a character makes a pun, or fourth wall gags such as NPC guards saying, "We can't let you pass because we are physically unable to move," in order to let you by. Super weird and super amazing. But what sort of legacy can a game like that that's so weird honestly leave behind? Well, in Japan, it's a pretty good one. See, the Ganbare Go Ahead Goemon series had been very popular since the 80s, back when Goemon looked a little bit more like those old drawings and a little bit less blue-haired. That's back when Goemon was arcade games and games on the Famicom system. In fact, the series was a big enough hit in the 90s that it warranted a couple of anime specials and a manga series that ran from 91 to 98, kind of coinciding with the release of every new game that came out. But the US, as you can imagine, was a little bit different story. Not all Goemon games had been released in the US up until that point. In 91, there was a Super Nintendo game that was pretty highly regarded. It was thought of very nicely. It was a bit of a hit. There were also Game Boy games in 91 and in 97, coinciding with the Super Nintendo and Nintendo 64 releases. In fact, the 97 release for the Nintendo 64 warranted a sequel in 1998, but that game went back to being more of a side-scroller in like a 2.5D landscape. And it lacked a lot of the charm and appeal that the free-roaming Mystical Ninja starring Goemon held. But that's about it. In Japan, they got Goemon games all the way up to 2005, but here in the US, we never got anything past the 1998 Mystical Ninja 2. So the question is it worth playing? I mean, if you're into a vintage platformer that's gorgeous, fun to play, and just really freaking hilarious, then absolutely. In the 90s, Next Generation magazine said that if Konami had felt like polishing the whole game just a little bit more for the Western audience, we could be talking about it being the best action RPG on the Nintendo 64 system. That's saying something. It has its flaws for sure, but I'll tell you this much. You're never going to find a game quite like this one. Mystical Ninja turns 20 years old this year, so go give it a play if you haven't before. Or at the very least, go ahead and download that soundtrack. There's a reason they threw in those full musical numbers. It is jammin'. Nah, I don't feel good about saying that. Yippee!
Alright, I had forgotten about how that video ended. Yes, I was just a tiny child during those days. Just trying to survive. And make... That was back in the day when I actually had time and energy to make videos. That, you know, were edited and everything. As opposed to just winging it right now. Like I'm doing with this stream. What a nice little castle. Alright, I made it this far. I hope this is a checkpoint. And that I don't have to go all the way back to the monastery next time I die or something. But I guess that weird guy in the store did tell me that I would have to, the weird guy in the store did tell me I would have to fly all the way back to the monastery town if I used those white wings. So, let's see what they got in here for me. Do people just give me stuff in this game? I'm a clay digger. Oh, sweet. Got some bread. Morning dew. What? I don't have any... Oh, wait, I do have morning dew. Dewdrop. Nice! Alright. I'm gonna eat this bread. There we go. So apparently anytime you come in here, people just give you, like, bread and morning dew to heal yourself. So that's handy. Alright, we're gonna keep doing that. I wonder where I'm supposed to go now. What do you get to offer me? The body shapes of the characters in this game are strange. Okay. Alright, okay. So now I got yellow wings. That'll take me back to Dondoran. Alright, interesting game dynamics here. I'm starting to get the hang of this, I think. Who knows? Maybe not. So apparently I mean, based on the fact that they're following the classic RPG trope of, you know, people in here talking about... What the... So this Shannon chick is just kind of going around everywhere. That's troublesome. So the trope of, like, the NPCs all talking about one particular thing kind of tells you where your storyline's going to go. Alright, there we go. Saved our game again. That's handy. I guess we go out there and try to go find the king or something. Really wish it was easier to figure out where to go. Guess we came up here. That guy just shirtless? Yeah, okay, there's a robber. Did you guys know that there was a robber hiding in the forest? I had no idea. The wrong door opened. What's up, guards? You guys mean nothing to me. Where's the king? Do you enter this castle and you're automatically in the... Oh, I was hoping you'd automatically be in the throne room. Q! I've been cleared to pass. Don't know how or why, but here we are. What's up? Okay. guy's name is Scott Fort. Right. So you're still talking about this orb as well. That's good. So do you want me to like help? I'm just gonna go through this random door over here and hope no one gets mad. There we go. Got some fresh bread now. Is this... Am I stealing the king... Well, I certainly hope this doesn't have any ramifications when I walk back out here and try to talk to the king again to see what I'm supposed to be doing. Unlikely nerd, I'm with you on that. The robbery was the time people actually put into this game. Yeah. Why was this like a cult classic game? That's what I'm trying to figure out. If you are to continue your quest, the roads must once again be made safe. So I just have to go down there now. So people tell you information, but you never actually, best I can tell, you never actually are like assigned quests or anything. You're just kind of given information. So if you've played the game and you know what you're doing, then I guess you never really have to talk to anybody. You kind of just keep going. Alright. Good enough. I'll go down here. Here's a question for everyone who's in the live stream. Of course, this guy's name is Clay, and he makes pots and vases. So these people need to be able to make clay in order to survive as a city. Alright, fair enough. What do you guys want to see me play next? Some of the games that I have over here are games such as, well, Mystical Ninja starring Goemon, one of my favorite 64 games of all time. My favorite Nintendo 64 games happen to be Space Station Silicon Valley and Mystical Ninja starring Goemon. Another one being Ogre Battle 64, which I have been playing quite a bit of as of late. But I've got some of these games up here. What would you guys want to see me play next? That is the question. Blast Corps, Mischief Makers, Bomberman 64, Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards, Paperboy. Tyler wants me to play Paperboy. Anyone watch Atlanta? That is the best show on TV, I think. With Legion a close second. Man, this water spell is really making things easy for me. Any of those games that I listed earlier sound interesting to you? Let me know. Still going down here towards the woods. Is this the woods? Yeah, it's down here. FX do got the movies. FX got the movies and the TV shows. FX got too much right now, I think. It's an embarrassment of riches over there. I missed with that rock. The rock seems to be the hardest thing for me to aim with, which is interesting because the rock as a person is the easiest thing to get along with. Am I right, guys? Right? No? No? Okay. Oh, here she comes. If I get too close, the Maneater can't hit me because the rocks go over my head. Oh, this is brilliant. I've figured out the weakness. The Maneater's weakness is that it cannot actually eat man. And now I've got a healing spell. Woo! Yeah, Mischief Makers is one I'd love to play on here. I'm gravitating towards either Mischief Makers or Paperboy. Mischief Makers I have played before and loved. It was a favorite of mine as a child. Very weird, quirky game, and would probably make for a good one. And a vote for Mystical Ninja too. So far we got Paperboy, which is just fun, and we can play for a few minutes, and it won't take long, and you can kind of see what it's all about. I can't see this level. This is a dark forest. Do I have a map for this? Nope. What is this? Tyler's out. Stream break! So maybe I won't play Paperboy because Tyler won't be here for it anyway. What is this weird? This is like a... It's like a fox with a... wearing a pair of pants. Dang. Okay, these foxes are tough. These are some fleet foxes. Yeah, these things do not want to die. Jeez. Okay, these guys are tough. I'm gonna have to eat some bread. Alright. Alright, what you got then, foxes? I don't know what a kayak's supposed to be a reference to. I'm so sorry, Scott. I failed you as a friend and as a streamer. What? My attack missed because I apparently was not standing close enough to the guy to actually hit him when I hit A. This is a pretty bad battle dynamic, all in all. Alright. Oh no! This guy might get me. Do I have to eat more bread? Ugh, thank goodness. That was really difficult. So I have to kind of move around enough to get some MP. Ah, what? I can't fight these things right now. Marionasty. It's called a Marionasty. Like a marionette, except more nasty. Coyote in a weird way. You know what? I'm on board with it. Coyote. That's how we talk down here. Ooh. What other element should I use instead of water? Water and something else. Somebody help me out with this. Kind of thinking fire. Just go straight fire and water. Polar opposite combo. Could be interesting. Could not be. Could be a terrible idea. That's kind of what I'm erring towards. I had it open on my phone a minute ago. Kind of an explanation of where magic comes from. Seems fire has primarily attacking spells with a few support spells. Water's the most balanced out of all the spell trees. Earth is support and attack. Wind is mostly debuff and attack and not as many supports. So, kind of thinking just go fire and water. So I'm going to go for it. That's going to be my vote here. Fire, water. Giant shoes obtained. What is this? Alright. So, is that an equipable item, or is it like a one-time use item? I can't see the door. Oh, there it is. Does this just seem abnormally dark to you guys, or is it just my TV? It might just be my TV is really dark. Look at this cobalt. You know what? Yeah! Look at how far I can move. And look at how far I can miss. Wow. Just gonna run around and heal for a while. I can move so far. Maybe I should just escape. No, I'm gonna try to fight this one out, actually. Bet I can move away from these guys long enough where they don't know what to do with me. Oof. Or maybe they'll just hit me anyway. Odd. Like, is this a hexagon or an octagon? What did they say it was? Pretty weird. Do I need to take this Mountain Dew here? Looks like I do. Alright, I'm gonna eat some bread too so I can fight these fools. Jeez. Yeah, hit him with the rock. These guys, they do some damage. Rock can hit multiple opponents. That's good. I like that. So it really does seem like you have to make progress and then like go back to town and then try to make progress again. Stupid thing's gonna kill me. Need to kill it first. Or not, or just die. Alright, I died. I'm gonna save this game and then this will probably be a good time to switch over to another game. I don't feel good about this Shannon character just following me everywhere. So you lose days. Do you have like a certain amount of days to do this? They don't really explain this sort of thing in the game. It's pretty weird. Oh well. I think it's time to switch over games. It would probably be worthwhile to try to demonstrate Mischief Makers if we can here. Mischief Makers is a very unique game in that it does not have a traditional combat system. It is a 2.5D video game, which, you know, just means that it is 3D graphics in a 2D environment. Same as what you would have gotten with like New Super Mario Brothers, Kirby 64, Crystal Shards, and the upcoming Kirby game for the Switch. I believe that's coming out this weekend, maybe? Maybe this week. Tyler was talking about it with me and wanting me to come over to his place and do a live stream to round out Stream Break later this week. So I think that might happen. Man, Mischief Makers is not wanting to connect properly. Silly old systems. Need to give these things a deep clean, apparently. Cleaned them, cartridges and the game and the system itself. Cleaned them and they just kind of continue to build up gunk. But that's also just part of the nature of trying to operate, you know, the sort of stuff that's cartridge based with these tiny little connections and has seen a lot over the past 20 something years, 20, 25 years, you know. Quick blow on the dust, right? Is that what you're supposed to do? Yep. That actually worked. So here we go. Huh. Somehow blowing on the cartridge actually worked in this situation. This is a treasure game. Treasure is was a company that I believe my friend Alex, who joined us on. Whoa, what was up with those creepy eyes? So weird. My friend Alex, Chad Bro Chill. Oh, this game. Look at this Dr. Robotnik type dude. This game is kind of terrifying, actually. We're gonna jump into it. Chad Bro Chill joined us for some Fortnite last night, and we actually ended up winning a lot. All right, I've never played this. I'm neither of these people. Never played this cartridge. This was not my original cartridge from when I was a kid. So I'm just gonna go ahead and erase this thing. Yeah. What? Erase? Really? Quit? No. So you have to swap that around. That's nice. I like that. Our name is going to be... I mean, pretty obviously, our name needs to be Mayor McCheese. We're just going to go McCheese on this thing. That's the Canon SSD name. I'm a 30-year-old male. Here we go. Oh, that cat. Alright, so it's hard to really explain this game in any sort of way. Other than the fact that you're on the planet of Clancer. And there's I don't know who this guy is supposed to be, some sort of scientist or something. I don't know. Marina is the main character, this robot. And Marina picks things up, shakes them, and throws them. That's the entire combat dynamic in this game. What the heck? Alright, these are the Clancers. They live on the planet Clancer. And they're horrifying. Am I supposed to do something? Or does this scene keep going? Because this is just, it's not ending. So they ran in, they took the guy, apparently, and broke everything, alright? Boy, it's been a while. I forgot what sort of story this was supposed to have. All I remember is that you grab enemies, and you shake them, and you play and go, shake, shake, shake. That's it. That's what you do. It's a weird one. Let's check it out. The Great Empire. Okay. I've been captured by a Rage Against the Machine album? What are you gonna do to me? Apparently Clancers like to scream and cry. There she is. Ultra Intergalactic Cyber. Do people just know who these are? Was this supposed to be some sort of character that we weren't aware of? Okay. So if you stay next to somebody and press R, you talk to them. Neptune. Okay. So I'm trying to remember the controls. I think I can grab this guy. Yeah.
Shake, shake.
Yeah, there it is. I remember how to play this game. That's it.
Yeah. Shake, 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 shake. Ooh, ouch. Shake, 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 shake.
Oops. So. Alright. Clancer's most popular pop song right now is Continue Go Go, an explanation of.
Shake, shake.
Ooh. Is there a way to casually put this guy down, or do I have to throw him? Looks like I have to throw him.
Shake, shake.
This village has many ruins. The structure is called the Clant Shrine. God, this game is weird. Oh yeah, I remember Taryn and Saros. Oops. Celeste. Old man. G-old. Warp gates, okay. Hurry up. Oh yeah, okay.
Shake, shake.
Whoops, okay, so that speeds things up. You don't want to shake bombs. Oh my, the shrine was destroyed. Oh. Is that it? Okay. So each of these levels, you know, has all these. Rank B, very good. If I remember correctly, each of these levels have a certain amount of gems that, like, you want to go back and collect, you know? We're going to go through the second level first, and then we'll go back. Uh-oh. This is so weird. So this is apparently an evil clone. Shake, shake! Not you again. Yeah.
Shake, shake.
Oh, there you go. You can drop people, okay. Stop jumping over my house. Alright. Coming again to show off your slider jump. Oh gosh. I just murdered this man.
Shake, shake.
I'm just gonna shake him for a while. These controls are a little clunky, but that's fine. Welcome. Ooh. I don't know how to jump up there. Oh, there we go. No. Yeah. Nice. Oh, whoop, okay. What's that little kid? Oh. keep forgetting to not jump.
Shake, shake.
I now remember how you could be cruel to people in this game by tossing him on fire. Well, I don't know what the point of this is other than to just be incredibly mean, but you can do it. I wonder how you get those gems that are up in there. I'm willing to bet his loot's in here. Where do you get those things? So this whole game is about digging and shaking and holding things. This is haunting. Like, these are terrible little, like, faces.
Shake, shake.
Terrible faces on everything. Blocks, trees. Apparently I can roll. That's cool. So this guy, look at him dancing right here.
Shake, shake.
Now, that guy does not want to be around me. He's shooting a gun. Nice. I feel confident there's more secrets around here. Oh my gosh, Kalina is actually a clone. Surely there's got to be a bomb around here somewhere. What's up with this Elvis dude here?
Shake, shake.
So this game, you can literally just spend your entire time torturing people, apparently. Huh, okay. So, if you use left or right C to dash, it's actually slower than double tapping the control pad. That's interesting.
Shake, shake.
These aren't the smoothest controls in the world, but they're not the worst either. I really feel like there's supposed to be a bomb somewhere. Right?
Shake, shake. Yeah.
Oh gosh, I killed that person. Oh no. Maybe I got nothing. I'll come back around to this, I guess. Explore this level more. Maybe you have to beat it first, and then, you know. Oh yeah, that gold diamond. There's a select number of those. You gotta get a lot of those. Yeah! Clan Ball Land. There's Miss Hint.
Shake, shake.
Alright. Don't forget to shake the clan balls, everyone.
Shake, shake. Yeah. Shake, shake. Yeah. 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 Shake, shake. Shake, shake.
So you shake it when someone's on there.
Yeah.
They fall down.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm supposed to knock them off this thing or not, but I'm doing it. Oh. It's a warp star. We got a couple warp stars around here. And a bunch of crybabies. Get back up there. Hey! Alright. Oh yeah, I remember this ride. I remember these levels now. It's starting to come back to me. One of these is going to drop a bomb. That one clearly just kind of generated a star somewhere. I think it's that really fast guy is the guy that drops a bomb. So I'm going to try to wait down here for him. Yep. This is important. It's important that we bomb this thing. Got it. Look at that. So good. Man, I forgot about all this weirdness in this game. Yep, most of this game was spent just saying, shake, shake. What do you guys think of Mischief Maker so far? There's a lot more that goes into it, I promise you, than this. You do have these boss fights later on. Oh, nice. Yeah, you got boss fights that come around. You got really weird storyline about fighting this evil empire or whatever. I don't know. It's just this was a weirdly complicated game. Because you couldn't actually fight anyone without grabbing things and shaking them. And then like Alright, there we go. And then after grabbing and throwing them, like, you could grab things and shake them and they power them up and then you throw them at people. And it's very odd game. Spike Land is the opposite of Clam Ball Land. It's the depressing one. Oh yeah, this poor Elvis-haired dude has the worst life. Kid. Help your father. Oh gosh. No, no. Alright, now we finally have enemies around. Yeah, this is a weird game and like, I mean, certainly an original and creative game. There's no denying that. Hey, Miss Hint. But like, you have to get things exactly precise in order to, you know. Ooh, how do I get it there? Get things exactly precise to not like be killed by everything. You know, some levels like are really short. Like this is supposed to be the end of the level warp, right? That's it. That's the end of that level. It took like no time at all. You know, minute 15 seconds to actually play that level and clear it out. But there's a lot more going on with it. And you have some games, you have some levels like this where I don't know, is that a, I'm curious now. Did I just grab a flower?
Shake, shake. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to grab this thing. Like, the entire point of this level is to grab these kids and bring them back to your mom. Or, I guess their mom. Ta-da! See, now he's in there. I don't know if I can grab that butterfly, but it's freaking me out and I want it to be done. I miss him.
Shake, shake.
Oh yeah, didn't shake that first kid, did I? What a mistake. I'm gonna jump in there and shake him now. Oh no, I can't grab him now. Can't even grab the mom. How am I supposed to shake, shake, shake? If I can't even grab. This is the race to the finish. Super Smash Brothers level. I think the goal here. I'm trying to remember what you do. So you can see there's clearly some like explosive, those glowing red blocks. You're clearly supposed to be able to blow those up. Yeah. Take that, kid. Whoops.
Shake, shake.
Alright.
Yahoo!
Husband isn't back yet. Probably save that one for another level. Husbands. Man, I remember having this as a kid, and gosh, I guess I probably went through and tried to like 100% it or something. You know? It's hard to think how much time I spent shaking and shaking and looking for gold, gems, all that sort of stuff. Alright, so this is an... There we go. I'd forgotten about this. You shake that poor kid and he turns into Block Man, which is a totally normal thing to do, because then he just mows down all of his neighbors. He just destroys all these blocks that he apparently is also made out of. Whoops. This is so bizarre. Whoops. Throwing hot tamales at us. No, I remember what to do. Kick it out from underneath. They can't throw any more tamales. It's like slowing the system down doing this part. Alright, that's Blockman. This entire first world, I think, is just kind of a tutorial. So let's just try to get through this first world. Let's water the flowers. Yay. Oh no! I'm Marina, the Ultra Intergalactic Cybot G. Why does it have that face if it's a worm? Alright. See, we're supposed to fight this worm. Apparently I just used that child to hit the worm. This is how most boss fights are in this game. You have to grab some part of the boss and throw it against something. It's a fire-breathing trimmer thing. Oh gosh, I found out the secret. I just keep tossing it straight into the ground. And it's dead. Ah! Alright, and there we go. Fought that boss and beat that boss. Escaped from trouble.
Shake, shake. Yahoo!
Shake, shake. Well, there's a little boss for us. Let's see if we can get all the way to the end of this first world. Only got a couple more. Crisis Neptune. Great Scott, Jold! Strange spur clancers are attacking us. Well, Scott, you missed me fighting a giant fire-breathing trimmer worm. But I'm about to fight some cowboys. Ooh, the royal family's treasure. Oh gosh, they killed him! How does she just warp there?
Shake, shake. Shake, shake. Shake, shake.
Oops. Oh, I remember.
Shake, shake.
I remember what you're supposed to do in this level. See how they're crying? If you're able to defeat everyone without having them get beaten up so badly that they surrender, then you get like all the gems. Obviously, I did not do that this time. It seems so difficult.
Yahoo!
See, I got no gems. That's how poorly I did in this entire competition. Come back to that one sometime. Figure that one out a little bit more.
Shake, shake.
She got mishit. Grab, shake, and throw. Yeah, I know that. I've told that to everyone on this live stream. Oh. Okay. Didn't realize
Shake, shake. Yeah. Shake, shake.
that. What is this? What is this nonsense? Oops. Okay, I need to get better. There we go. Rolling. I keep forgetting that.
Shake, shake. Yeah.
Throw something at me, man. Oh.
Shake, shake. Yeah.
No, well, that backfired. Throw it again.
Yeah. Ouch. Shake, shake. Shake, shake.
Who are these little turds?
Yeah. Shake, shake. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna grab that laser. Oh, I guess you just grab it and it just disappears. I'm so sorry. I'm so destructive. Oh, whoops. Hey, yeah. Everybody. Alright, we found the end of the level. Alright, let's... Where are we at? Here we go. One more and we beat World 1. And then we switch to another game. Maybe a quick look at Paperboy. Paperboy. Oh. So this isn't really a boss so much as it is an actual natural disaster. And in order to collect, because you know you're supposed to collect enough gems to, you know, like score an A rating in the game or whatever. In order to do that, you have to jump up when you should, you know, not be jumping. Hey, destroy this for me, Volcano. Screw you, Volcano. Useless Volcano. Need a bomb. Yeah, sweet rolling. Alright, thanks, Volcano. Is that it? Okay. Is it? Look at that. So I forget how many worlds there are in Mischief Makers. I have to look into that, figure that out. Let's make one more quick One more quick game here while we've got a little bit of time before I have to call it quits on this particular afternoon session of Stream Break 2018. We're going to throw in Paperboy, one of this very bizarre little game. You might remember Paperboy as an old Nintendo, Super Nintendo, maybe Sega Genesis game. I mean, where you're literally going down the road. That's right. Blowing on the cartridge, seeing what happens. You're literally going down the road and throwing papers at houses. Now, Paperboy 64 went super strange. At one point, you're like throwing papers on the moon or something like that. There's all these monsters and creatures that you're having to avoid or fight by throwing papers at. And you always have like a certain amount of papers that you have until you're out. Real struggle to get this one to work. But there we go. So 1985 was when the original was done, and then this one was made by Atari and Midway in 1999. This is what we're in for, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So there was a strange combination of some like, whoops, cool, some sort of like Tony Hawk type thing, or oh, you could be a paper boy or paper girl. I think it just makes sense to be Paperboy. We'll just go Easy Street for now, because I don't really remember. What we're supposed to be doing. Alright, here it is. Oh, yeah. You gotta get 6 of these mailboxes or doorsteps. Yeah. Whoops. All right. Trying to remember how to do this. Oh yeah, you're kind of just in this like little loop, and you basically, it's like a target practice game. I think you get more points by hitting it in the mailbox than you do in the front door. But yeah, it's just kind of this target practice game while you're moving. Ow. Here's my life. That up in the corner? I mean... certain amount of time. I don't really know. I crashed in that one. Well, 4 out of 6 houses is what I was able to do. This is Paperboy 64. I remember it always giving okay. Oh yeah. The better you do, then the more houses you unlock that you have to do. They always have something on the paper as well. Alright, here we go. Obstacle course. This will be great considering I haven't played this game since 1999 and I just now put it back in for the first time. Don't even remember how to jump. I don't know if I can jump. Maybe I just can't jump. Alright, that was it. Just had to get over there. That was a boring obstacle course. They give me a... Alright. Oh, okay. So, the better you do, the more houses you unlock. And the more houses you unlock, then the more neighborhoods you unlock. So if we were to do Alphaville one more time, we now have 8 houses that have subscribed to us. I can get into this. Nope, I missed it. Stupid cat. This game is all about destruction of property and delivering the news. Man, I got plenty of time here. Go back and find those houses that I missed. Or just hit more kids, more gardeners. There's one. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, doing great on the score so far. Come on. Yes! Alright, so that's the street that's supposed to kind of be like from the original game. So as you go, you just unlock more levels. So this is some sort of figure 8. Same concept in all of these, but eventually, I mean, you get to levels in which it's much more challenging. You have a lot more, you have a lot more stuff like that. Old ladies going, well, I'm never. No, that was supposed to be some sort of rocket pack, and I missed it on account of being terrible. Scott, I didn't see when that, when your chat comment actually came on, so I had no idea what you were referencing. But yes, that's it. White men can't jump. Oh, I'm running low on papers. There it is. It's a raccoon. I can kind of stop. That's cool. I'm kind of dead in thanks to this fire now. Bear! Can't see over there. Am I not supposed to? Oh, you're right. I'm not supposed to. Firing to the left side of the road now. Alright. There we go. So this is the general concept of Paperboy is you go to a place, you get a paper route, you try to do well enough to keep moving and advance more and more and more. I forget exactly how many levels there are, but we'll do one more, and then I'm going to call it quits today. They keep getting more and more extreme. Eventually, you are like on the moon and stuff, which is weird. But you just want to get as many neighborhoods as you can. That is the goal of Paperboy. Expand that paper route business. Cats, man. Ah, missed it. There's some pretty universal obstacles that come across. There's almost always cats, dogs, kids on tricycles. You kind of have to memorize what's about to hit you so that you can, you know, best avoid it. Got so many papers right now. Paperboy, all about that. Doorstep gets you 2 points. Or 2 seconds for a certain amount of points. Getting it on the mailbox, higher score. No houses around here. I crashed. Oh, I got some seconds on there. Okay. Oh, there's a little map that'll tell you exactly where you missed. It's not bad. You get the majority of it, you do better. And I didn't get too much of it there. So, yeah, so that's it. You just keep going through all these different levels. Paperboy. Oh, I gotta call it quits. It's been a solid about 2 hours straight of streaming, and I'm pretty much donezo. We popped in. We started things off with one of the strangest things you can possibly do on the Nintendo 64 in Nagano Winter Olympics 98. Bong. We played some Quest 64 on demand from some people in Facebook that told me to play that. It's pretty interesting. It grew on me a little bit. The fact that they don't ever explain what it is that you're doing means I wasn't really super sold on it for the little bit in there. But it grew on me as we went along. I introduced many people to Mischief Makers today, which is one of the strangest games ever. And then we wrapped it up with some Paperboy. All about that Paperboy. But I gotta call it quits. I got some stuff to do this evening. Mostly tidy up all of this chaos of setting up live streaming cables before my wife gets home, because she gonna get mad. So, thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this in some sort of way. Whether or not you have, you know, doesn't matter to me. Still did it. So, I'm going to close things off here with the official anthem of Stream Break 2018. Shout out to M. Scott, our Unlikely Nerd, Tyler, David Codd, whoever all popped up in the live stream at some point. This one all goes out to you. Stream Break! Anytime I see it, I have to say that. Ended things out, close things out with the official anthem. Kids, don't play with too many knives. Brought to you by the fine folks at Homestar Runner. Thanks for joining. We'll see you possibly later tonight. Not sure if we have time to do another Fortnite stream tonight. If we do, we'll let you know. We're going to try to bring in another guest star like we did last night. Bringing in big old boomer, Mr. Chabro Chill, Alex Level. I'm Joseph Craven. This is Super Squad D. Stream Break 2018.
Put your pants back on, Blue Laser!
How could you possibly refer to these as pants?
Ha 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 ha! Cheat Commandos, riggedy roll!
That's not what we usually say.
Whatever, it's riggedy roll from now on. Buy all our playsets and toys! Hi, kids! I'm Crack Stuntman! I'm the voice of the gun shaver on Cheat Commandos, here with an important rap song about safety and spring break. Bust it! Well, you're a rich kid living in the suburbs and there's not a whole lot to do. You stroll into the kitchen and what do you find? A bunch of knives cold staring at you. So, kids, don't play with too many knives. Come on, crack stuntman. Gonna save some lives. It's spring break. Curly's running wild. Jet to the beach wearing the freshest styles. Meet a bunch of kids from Alabama. Beach volleyball, slam-a-jamma. Putt-putt, go-karts, bungee jumping. Crack stuntman keeps the bass bumping. Pooh, ha-ha-ha-ha, pooh, ha-ha-ha-ha, pooh, ha-ha-ha-ha, pooh, ha-ha-ha-ha, pooh, ha-ha-ha-ha, pooh, ha-ha-ha-ha, pooh, pooh, ha-ha-ha-ha-ha. Holla for $1. Shout for some clout. Somebody say holla for $1. Let's turn this party out. Bonfire on the beach and people start to dance. Find a fly girly for some beach romance. But then a fresh honey comes walking by. How can a man choose between fresh and fly? And believe me, there is a difference. Throw your hands in the air for some high fives. And kids, don't play with too many knives. And I am out. Download all the #1 jams.